Chuck Powers, Teaneck. Actually, a lot of this town is affected by the Hackensack River and its cleanliness and its flooding capacity. And next Monday, the 13th of April, at the Ethical Culture Society, the Riverkeeper is going to be presenting a discussion of why he is advocating, and currently successfully, the idea of making a Superfund site out of the entire Hackensack River Basin all the way to Oradell. It's a very interesting proposal. It can go both ways. It's just something that this township, like any other township along the river, needs to think about, both in terms of what it might actually do to property values, but also in terms of the potential it might actually have of actually finally getting the Hackensack River cleaned up. I want to talk very quickly about two other things. One, part of the wild discussion you folks had tonight was based on the fact that you really do not have and have not had for the last 3 weeks the information that your subcommittee needed. Mayor, the councilman to your left really had his hand up most of the time this evening, and you didn't hear him. I believe there would have been a committee report, not that it would resolve anything, because nobody had the data. You are finally going to get yourself an auditor 8 months after you didn't have one. It's been 8 months since you had one. That's not good. You need a CFO who can do a better job of projecting what surpluses are going to be than your current one. I'm going to go very quickly and hand out to you a document that I hope that you will take some time. It is a document about what actually a 4,300 square foot house would look like, and what you would pay actually to have a plan for it. Most of the plans are less than $2,000. You're going to pay $73,000 to get somebody to give you a 4,300. Take a look at the mansions that involves. It makes no sense. And the problem is, you didn't start by saying, what is it that we want? Somebody gave direction to somebody to develop a $73,000 proposal to build a 4,300 square foot mansion in the middle of OT Park. And only now are you beginning to think about, well, we're not sure about that, and maybe do we want the splash pad in OT Park, or do we want it in Sagamore? You are nowhere in terms of thinking through what you need to. You need to develop the capacity to say what it is you want, and make sure that your manager goes to the bidding process that you required him to do by vote, and get the kind of bid necessary to create the kind of capacity for restrooms and concessions that makes sense in a town as constrained as you clearly recognize this one to be. Thank you.
Thank you. Janice?